Hey, what's up guys? This is Joe, aka Puff Dragon. You might have seen me on a few different reptile forums around the internet. Basically what I want to do for you guys today is go over some tools that I think any serious reptile enthusiast should have in their collection. These are items that will help you better your husbandry and care. Just one thing I want to note is that it might be a little biased. I am a keeper of lizards and not snakes, or frogs for that matter. But these are things I have in my collection. Most can go across the board with all species, but you might notice that things like for the matter of UVB lighting are more generally specified for lizards. So let's just get started. The first thing I want to go over is this right here. It's an infrared temp gun. I think I got it at tempgun.com. If I'm not mistaken, they're affiliated with Pro Exotics. But this is necessary for anybody serious on keeping reptiles. It gives you a fast, reliable readout of the temperature. All you do is press that center button there. You aim it where you want to take the temp, and then boom, you got your readout. This is a lot better than those dial or stick-on thermometers you would find in a pet store. Those are known to be inaccurate, and this is a must-have. It will help you better set up your reptile enclosure and take necessary temperatures and get the proper gradient that you would need. The next item I have is just a light dome. These are very common. Can be found in all different sizes and shapes. This one's specifically designed for UVB bulbs. One thing I want to point out about them is to always make sure you have a ceramic fitting. If it does not, you are in major risk of having a fire. For the ones with plastic, are known to melt and can be very dangerous. So next item I have, not a lot of people might have it, but what it is it's called a jeweler's loop, and this is good for certain species. It will magnify the pores and you will be able to determine sex, otherwise usually unable to be seen by the naked eye. I use that for my crescent geckos and a few other species. Next is some supplements. I have right now Jurassic Cow, No D3, and Herps, just a vitamin supplement. One thing I like to point out, especially dealing with lizards, if you are using UVB, I don't believe it's necessary to get a calcium supplement with vitamin D3. It can lead to toxic doses and kill your animal. This is a non-D3 form. You can use it as much as you want, for all the excess calcium will be passed through the digestive system and out in the urates. I typically use both supplements about once a week, sometimes a little more on the calcium depending on the animal, and it's just something you definitely would want in your collection. Next I have a pair of electric gloves. These are designed for welding, but they're very thick, and you know, this is going to help you with your bigger species, especially monitors or tegus, anything that have claws, or with a aggressive animal where you don't want to stick your hands in the cage because you're afraid of getting bitten, or anything of that nature. So again, this is just something I have lying around. I typically don't use them, just precaution measures in case I do have aggressive animal on my hands. Next I have a pair of hemostats. I believe these are, I don't know, maybe about 25 inches or so, and these are just what I use to feed some of my animals. Again, depending on what you're keeping, you may or may not need this. I like to feed the tegus with them, and I can keep a safe distance, and they also have come to recognize that as the feeding source and not my hands. Another thing I just have this, and I have a bigger version. It's a mister. You know, you want to make sure your reptiles have proper humidity, and that's just an easier way of spraying water into the cage, get the humidity levels up to where I like them. Here's my big one. You know, this is the best way to do it. This is your standard chemical sprayer, usually used for weeds and stuff outside, but I bought it new and filled it with water and nothing else. Make sure you don't get a used one that has had chemicals in it before. What else do I have? This is something you don't see a lot. This is a solar meter, UVB meter, made by Solar Tech. You know, this is absolutely necessary. I know it can be pricey, but again, if you're serious and you want to know how long your UVB bulbs are going to last, or if you have the proper amounts of UVB, this is what you want. I think it runs about 150, and all you do is press the center button. You would aim it at the light source. Right now we're reading 0 because obviously I'm inside and I don't have any UVB exposure. But what it was, you would fiddle around in your enclosure, find the proper height, depth, and especially distance from the bulb, a proper UV exposure for your reptile. A lot of lizards tend to have different requirements, and this is the absolute best and a must-have. It also will help you determine when you need to replace your UVB bulbs. You know, you make the purchase, and in the long run you're going to be saving money because you know how long that bulb is going to last you and how fast it's decaying. Absolute must-have.